Okay, good morning. As soon as I start talking, I have a coughing fit. It's 10 to 8. Been up for probably over an hour now. Around 6:30. Everybody started getting up and whatnot. I have a bunch of sausage here that I've just been cutting up into like rounds. Frying that up. Gonna make the boys a breakfast, English muffin breakfast sandwich with eggs and cheese, sausage and egg. And then breakfast is done. And then I got a bunch of food prepping that I have to do. I'm in the middle of writing down Saturday's to-do list. Make breakfast. I got garlic that I have to deal with. Rice. A veggie tray. I'm going to write dishes. But I'm pretty much almost done. I just have that bowl there to wash whatever from breakfast, and then I'll eventually get this put away before I start working on stuff, because I hate when my kitchen is a mess. Like, I wouldn't be able to work with this. I got floors that I want to do. Laundry. There's not much laundry, but there's still, it's going to be folded. And I think there's one load that has to be washed. Table's fairly cleaned off. I'm just going to clean up that area later on. The boys will probably go outside after breakfast. It's always hard to do with one hand because these pans slide around. What else do I have to do? Oh, a lemon pie. Lemon pie, chili, and then lunch. I'm going to put sub and chips. Make some homemade subs. What else? Anyways, I'll think of stuff and just keep, obviously, eventually supper. Whenever I decide what we're going to make, I can get that ready. There's a bunch of other stuff. Oh, there's hamburger that I have to deal with. Or ground beef, whatever I call it, hamburger. Chicken that has to be dealt with. Let's see if there's anything else. Chicken hamburger up there. Just reorganize the fridge. Stuff like that. So, anyways, I'll make them breakfast and I'll be back.
After the whole diaper hands business, but I guess not.
There, they each have a half a muffin and go. There's cheese, sausage, and egg on there. Okay, so the kids are eating. There's a plate of sausages. I'm going to let those cool down and probably either store some in the fridge to eat in the next couple days, or some of them will go into the freezer for future Egg McMuffins. So I just emptied some of the rice. This is that little container that I was talking about. I've got 3 of them. Usually one has sugar, one has flour, and then this one has rice. So when we're making rice, this is the jar that we use, and then we just keep filling that up. I usually keep a bag of rice like this. I had more of these zipper seals, but I can't find them because I would have probably poured the rest of that into one of these bags, but I don't have it, so I just wrap this one up, and that will go in my pantry. So I wrote on the calendar that I bought this on the 1st of February, and that is what we ended up with for rice. So these are all the garlic that I have. I'm going to peel them. I'm going to keep the peels for broth and stuff like that when I make it later on. I have a bag in the freezer that I keep all those scraps in. I'm going to peel some, dehydrate some, and then I'm going to fill some, put some vegetable oil in a mason jar, or put some of the garlic. I'm going to leave some whole, and some of them I'm going to chop up like finely and just put it in with the olive oil, or I just have vegetable oil, and keep that in the fridge. And then I'll have prepped garlic for whenever I want some fresh garlic in a recipe. So I'm going to go get working on this. Alright, so you guys just saw me peeling that. I sped it up so that it was quick. I think it's like 12 seconds or something like that, and it actually took me like 10 minutes. So, yeah. Didn't take too long. I'm not completely done yet. This is my pile of like skins and that, and it's going to go into this little bag here. Like when you go and you get produce and stuff, you put them in some of these little plastic bags. I obviously reuse mine, and that's what I keep my veggie scraps in, so that I don't have to waste any of my own bags. So that's going to go in there in a second, and then this is all the garlic. I can tell you that there's no vampires around, or at least a mile away. I love the smell of garlic. It smells super good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and cut, because I just quickly peeled them. I think in the whole, everything that I peeled, there was one little thing like this that was kind of like bad. I just chucked it in the pile over here, right here. I know it's blurry. Anyways, I try to get it to unblur, but it doesn't. This phone's just crappy. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably take that piece of garlic and throw it out, but everything else is going to go in there. Then I'm going to chop this to get the garlic out of the peel. Those peels will go in there as well. And then, like I said, I got my baking sheet ready here. Some of them I'm going to bake so that I'm going to smash them down because they dehydrate a little bit quicker that way. I'm going to put my oven on the lowest temperature and just let them go in the oven for the day. Whenever they are dehydrated, I'm going to blend them up in my magic bullet and then store them in a mason jar. So, and then some of them I'm going to cut up fine and put it in a mason jar, and then others I will just leave kind of whole for, you know, if I'm making a spaghetti sauce or something and I want to throw it in and then take it out later on or whatever. Whatever you'd need a big piece of garlic for. So I'll do a little mason jar of that and a little mason jar of the stuff in the oil, and the rest of it will get dehydrated. So I'll definitely show you guys that when it's done. Okay, so I got all my garlic peeled. It's all here on this baking sheet. I already put the peels from what I kind of quickly did, and then this I got a full thing full of peels from peeling it properly. So I'm going to go ahead and some of the kind of like smaller ones I'm going to leave whole, put those in a mason jar, and then fill it up with some vegetable oil and keep that in the fridge. I'm going to take some and chop them up fine and also put those in olive oil, but I'll put them in a smaller container, and the rest I'm just going to smash up and put on this baking sheet and put it on the lowest setting. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my oven and get those dehydrated. This is what I ended up with for garlic. I have this big tray. I started chopping it up, and then I had that like meat tenderizer, and I just pounded the rest of it out because I was getting fed up. This has some crushed up little pieces of garlic, finely chopped, and this has some whole garlic. So I'm just gonna take my vegetable oil and fill up the mason jars until they're completely covered, and then I will store that in the fridge, and then whenever I need some, whole or crushed, I can just take a little bit out. This is going to go in the oven. It's already preheated to 170, and that's probably just going to be in there most of the day and maybe most of the night. And then tomorrow I will just put it in my magic bullet, grind it up into a powder, and then stick it in a mason jar and put it in my pantry. So it is 11:30. I'm going to go and make the boys a sub with some sandwich meat and some pepperoni, some mayonnaise, and some cheese. And then they want to try these Oreos for dessert, so I'll give them one of those. Now that the garlic's done, I think I'm going to work on the meat, the hamburger, and the chicken, get that put away. And then at some point, I'm going to work on my lemon pie, which is just more or less making the filling. And hopefully, I will get 2 pies out of that. We will see. And then I still have this lettuce to kind of clean, chop up, and put in my fridge. And then there's like celery, and I have carrots already prepped in the fridge, but I'm going to put the carrots that are prepped into the vegetable tray. There'll be carrots, celery, and I think that's pretty much all that I have. I don't know, but I'm going to get that all cleaned up, but I'll bring you guys back when I do that. So right now I'm going to go make them each a sub. So there's the garlic in the oil. I filled it up, made sure that the garlic was completely covered in oil, and it didn't use up very much, just used up a little bit. So I'm going to go put that in my fridge and move on to the subs. Alright, since I forgot to show you guys how or what the boys' subs look like, basically I just took, this is kind of like a foot long, I guess. I cut it in half, and they each had like a 6-inch, so to speak. So I'm going to make myself one because I haven't eaten today and I'm hungry, so I'm just going to eat before I start whipping through some more stuff in here. So basically I cut my bun, I buttered it, next I'm going to put some mayonnaise on it. And of course I use Hellmann's. Alright, so after I added the mayonnaise, I just I took 2 pieces of pepperoni and cut it in half. I put that down there, and I got some cheese. I took 1 cheese slice, kind of broke it into pieces to lay it across the sub, pepperoni, and I got my turkey. It's like a smoked meat turkey type of thing. Really, really good. So now I'm just going to pick through this lettuce, put a hunk of lettuce on it. And there's my sub. I've been trying to keep up with dishes. I have these to put away. Maybe after I'm done eating, I'll do that just so I can kind of start with a clear counter. I did not put those in the fridge yet. I will work on that though. I find if you wash up your lettuce, and I just leave mine in the little spinny container that it comes into. I washed this, I don't know, a week ago, maybe? And it's still crispy and awesome. So that is what I'm going to do with that lettuce right there. So I just leave it in the fridge like that, and it just stays nice and fresh. So there you go. Alright, I'm going to go eat, and I'll be back. Alright, a quick check-in. It is 12:15. I ate lunch. The boys had lunch. They're having a bowl of ice cream right now. And then I think they're just going to play for the afternoon. My niece she's going to have a friend up. And apparently later they're going to go over and do some sliding or something. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is work on my chicken. I have my list here. Quickly go over it with you guys. Breakfast was made. Garlic is done. The rice is done. Laundry is done. I don't think it's folded yet. I crossed it off not thinking, but it's all washed. And lunch is done. So I'm going to do the chicken and the hamburger. That'll be crossed off. Obviously supper. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make right now. I'm going to ask the boys later what they want. I am going to work on the chili, and then the lemon pies should be easy peasy. The floors, I'm going to do those later tonight. I know I have them written down, but there's no sense doing them right now. I may sweep them later on just to, get some of the crud off, but with the boys running back and forth in and out of outside and stuff, there's just really no sense doing them right now. Dishes, I did put those ones away that were there. These were the ones kind of like from lunch and what have you, so I'm going to leave those, put those away. Got to change my water because that's cruddy. These are the only bags that I have left, so I was going to just put 1 chicken per bag, but I think I'm going to put 2 breasts per bag, and that way there, because I want a couple bags for my ground beef so that I can just freeze some flats of ground beef by themselves. and then I have my veggie tray to work on. So I'm going to try to whip through and get most of this done, and I'll check back in a bit. So this is what I got for chicken. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of chicken, which is 7 potential meals. I should have cut some into strips, but when I want to make fajitas, I'll just pull one out. So 4 bags for sure will be fajitas. I just gotta check my list over here. 4 bags are gonna be fajitas for sure, or I can wait and make, when I get paid this week, make one, because I'm gonna get some more chicken. I'll make fajitas then. And there's just chicken. I had put chicken for today, chicken for the following, but if we get, I think we get paid on this day, so I'll be able to get more chicken for that day. So I'll put my 4 bags of chicken away for the stir fry, and that leaves me with 3 bags for just regular old chicken dinners. So now I'm going to get going on the ground beef. Kids are outside playing. Okay, so the boys just went next door to play with my niece for a little bit before she has to go to dance. I got the ground beef out. I'm going to deal with that in a second. In here I have 2 meals of chicken now. I took the 4, and I mean if we need one I can just go in and get it, but I had a bag that had all the fajita stuff in it. I just went and I put the 4 bags of chicken in there so that I know that that's what I'm going to do with the chicken. And then I left a bag out because that's what I'm going to make for supper tonight. So basically, I have the 4 fajitas. I got chicken here, and chicken here. So tonight we're having chicken, which leaves me with 2 other chicken. So my meal plan kind of worked out really good. Like I said, on the 20th, I'm going to pick up more chicken. So it's not a huge deal. I'm going to get some more, and then when we get paid at the beginning of next month, I am also going to go and get more chicken. So eventually we're going to start stockpiling and get the ball rolling with that. So I'm trying out this meal plan this month to see how it works. Jay was like, oh my god, you guys are going to get sick of eating fajitas, tacos. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. I don't know. We might get fed up. We might decide on one Monday that we don't feel like having fajitas, you know what I mean? So at least it's there. It's not written in stone. I can erase it if need be, but it's there in our face and we know. So right here I have to write takeout because that is what we ate for supper last night. On Thursday we had the Chinese rice with the chicken. Tonight, chicken again. I'm just going to make, probably take some Montreal steak spice on top of the chicken and just do up some spuds with some carrots or something. Tomorrow, for supper, I'm going to make that meatloaf that's in the freezer. Potatoes with that, and I had got that $2 bag of discounted potatoes, so that's what we're going to eat up. Monday, before we leave, I will take out the chicken so that it's ready, and if I have time Monday morning, I'll just cook everything up so that when I get home, I just gotta dish it out and it'll be ready. Tuesday, I go and I volunteer, but it's not a big deal. I'll be home in time to make the tacos. When I get home, I'll just do up the meat and then assemble them when Riley gets home. Wednesday's pizza night, so it'll be the same. I know I talk about this a lot, but it's kind of like a new thing to have it here in my face. I've done meal plans before they've kind of failed, like I'll write things down in my book and then they get put away and I don't see them. Whereas this is in my face. I see it multiple times a day, so I'm just kind of excited. Same with the shepherd's pie. So when I'm doing my hamburger, I gotta keep in mind tacos for 4 nights, shepherd's pie, spaghetti. I think there's spaghetti sauce. I have to check that. The burgers I have written down are the burgers that are already in the freezer from Walmart. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then there's probably just like macaroni, because I'll add a little bit of, there's macaroni there and there's macaroni here. So I'll just try to keep that in mind. And there's still these 2 days, the 16th and the 17th. I have nothing written just because I didn't really think about it. So maybe I'll do something with some hamburger then. Salisbury steaks maybe, that sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna go and see what I can do. Like I said, I am probably going to portion out some for tacos, make some meatballs with some. Yeah, so I'm gonna just get busy. I can't really predict what I'm gonna do. Once I get going, I'll know, and I will bring you guys back to show you guys what I decided to do with it.